Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder apostles in Connecticut, to the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, Shalom. This your brother Ram Yahawada with the lesson.
So massive storm, thunderstorm, lightning striking, and it almost seemed to reveal some kind of massive craft hidden in the clouds. But we're looking at something.
See that? The little orbs coming out, which would be chariots, right? One is a tiny bit, if I can, without messing it up. Oh shoot, I did. I messed it up. Okay, right there.
Storm, thunderstorm, right, lightning striking, and it almost
like a smaller chariot. Oh, there it is, right there.
Massive
Another one came by
in the clouds, but we're looking at something that's very faint.
Right.
You see these little orbs of light.
So you can see these little chariots coming from a father ship, a bigger ship, right?
Coming from the cloud layer down into the city, and I'm thinking, I'm getting some information that this was shot in China. But again, let's repeat this video in just a moment. But look at these little orbs.
Yeah, one of the scriptures says that the Lord is coming to visit the world which he made, man. So,
descending down into the city, and some people are speculating that it's coming from a massive mothership hidden within the cloud layer. Do you see it right there? Yeah.
Fathership, man. Yeah. People got this Queen of Heaven worship type situation going on always. Right? It's father. Even when you deal with the it's no such thing as mother nature. It's father nature. Yeah. And anything it has to deal with the seed. The seed goes out. Right? The sperma goes out. Right? That's what pollen is, right? When you see the pollen in the air, the pollen is actually sperm. Right? So, and it uses the wind to project it into the direction to fall on the female plants, to basically what they call pollinate, right? In the sense of impregnate, right? Which keeps the flowers blooming, keep them coming year by year, time at the time, season by season, when their season comes, right? So this is in essence, in this thing, it's season, right? The Lord talked about harvest, the time of harvest, right? It's come, right?
From the cloud layer down into the city, and I'm thinking, I'm getting some information that this was shot in China. But again, let's repeat this video in just a moment. But look at these little orbs descending down into the city, and some people are speculating that it's coming from a massive mothership hidden within the cloud layer. Do you see it right there? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right in the beginning of the video, you see this dark, massive object kind of within the clouds. Definitely a crisp, dark shadow, and it seems to have sharp edges. And the interesting part about it is, like you said, we see these orbs kind of disseminating from top and left to right of this whatever craft,
which would basically be smaller, what they call UFOs or UAP, smaller ones, right? Which are the angels, right? And for me, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because being this is Esau, right? Esau, Edom, and we're in the time of great deception, Project Bluebeam and those type of things. but we still have to, we have hope, right? Right. So these things are biblical, but we don't know if our enemy is trying to use these things, against us. But whether real or fake, we're gonna take it and use it for edification, man. And also warn our people about these Project Blue Beams and all these other things, right? Because you got, a situation like that where he's showing you all these things. I'll show it afterward. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe in the sky. And these things are coming down fast. They're not like zigzagging like commercial traffic. These things are like just directly coming down to the ground as if it looks like almost an invasion of something hiding in the clouds. Right when that lightning strikes, you're going to see it again, just hidden up there. That's what it is. Here it comes. Look. Yeah, could it be some kind of atmospheric distortion, maybe a lens glitch, some optical digital issue going on here? Because I know lightning could create issues with cameras and their sensors, and maybe that's what we're looking at. But again, the activity is very ominous when you have what looks to be a large mothership, and then these little orbs seem to be descending exactly where that massive, dark, possible huge craft above the city, cloaked above the city skyline, hidden within the cloud layer. It's just something to think about. I think we're being surrounded, and sometimes we just can't see it. They've obviously have mastered stealth. Now, let's get to the next video coming in.
Like, we know these certain things like this. See how it's showing the chariots on the ground? We know the chariots are never going to fall or, you know what I mean, somehow going to have a malfunction, right? So we know that's never going to happen, right? So that's why I said we got to be careful and what we're, so-called looking at. But we can still use it as far as, what we know to come, right? This is our hope, right? Yeah, so the of course the chariots never fall down to the ground. So I'm just saying you just got to be careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thy enemies, right? See, they're showing these videos and they're showing all this stuff with chariots, but then if you go on their page, you see another little thing where they're supposed to show chariots, but before they show the chariots, there's a picture, right? And the picture's supposed to speak 1,000 words. So it doesn't. I went to look for the actual video or whatever that they had of the so-called UFO crashed or whatever. I couldn't find it, but they did have the picture, and the picture makes 1,000 words. So in their mind, yeah, you could find a crash chariot, right? Which we know that those are the vehicles of the Most High, and angels are absolutely perfect, right? And there's no way they would the perfect beings that the Most High made them, that they would ever crash, right? So that's impossible. So never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, right? And ultimately, these were two so-called white boys, or you know what I mean, or what perceived to be, because they could be Israel. They're just misled, not knowing what's going on, right? What is the old saying, all up in the Kool-Aid and don't know the flavor, right? It could be that situation. But regardless, we, being who we are, right? Though they humble themselves, right? And go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Seeing that's what we're doing, man. And that's what we're supposed to do as watchers. So though we're showing you the videos of the chariots, and it should give you great hope, right? Not to say that that's not what we're here to do, but we still have to be careful, right? With just declaring things, right? and that thus should it be unto him as if thus has wiped a looking glass, right? So you're gonna polish it up, clean it up, right? Because it was really dirty, dingy, right? Was it corrupt from the dog pound? Used to say that the stainless done got stained, right? Because stainless still is supposed to be stainless, but in this society, the stainless still is stained, and that's this devil, man, right? You trust in all these different things, but they were given you know um well, in the other video, another part of the video, they would say that they didn't know if it was generated from AI or whatever. But regardless, we got that situation going on. Things could be generated from AI. So that's the only thing I'm saying, right? Not to because it is with great hope, right? Because that's you know, and thus shall know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. So, trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai first and foremost, right? But we know that a lot of these things, though, Esau finally came out and admitted that the chariots do exist. We cannot not look at him as his rust have not altogether been wiped away, right? Because he is subject to be the devil and just that, right? So yeah, so we know the devil got this, these different AI system, Project Bluebeam, all these different ways to trick you, try to get you to be looking at certain things that ain't real, but we know the chariots are real, right? But you know, um, and the great dragon, right, which is the Roman Empire, which we're in the second leg of the Roman Empire, the Roman Greco Empire or the Greco-Roman Empire, right? The second leg of it was thrown down the age the age old serpent, right? Going back to the Garden of Eden, back in the time of Cain and Abel, right? Which Cain got that leprosy as the mark of Cain, right? Um, so that's going all the way back to that time, and then also back into the time of even before then, right? Because he was that serpent that deceived Eve, right? He was the serpent that deceived Eve, right? And so on thy belly shall thy eat the dust, right? The confusion, right? Right? And it's wise. It's only wise. Esau, Edom. It's only wise to do evil, and even in their wisdom of doing evil, it leads to their own destruction, right? But it says, who is called the devil, right? And Satan, he who continually deceive. See, we got to watch out for this. These, what I mean? Though Esau's coming out saying, yeah, the chariots exist. We see them every day, blah, 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 so on and so forth. When they just laughed and scoffed at the chariots and, just made cartoon movies and these other little, the type of shows, and then even, one thing displaying the truth in a sort of speak, right? Like the Independence Day with Will Smith. That's basically how the Lord is going to invade this place, right? Very very similar, right? Which the Lord is going to be. It's going to be far more greater than that. But to give you a retrospect, right? that's pretty much how it's going to be, except for it's going to actually be angels, right? So it says, and it's, Michael, right, also is going to be there too, right? So it says, and that's part of the, but you got to be careful that Esau knowing the truth, because how do you deceive people? By knowing the truth. That's what the elders always talk about. The order to deceive, you have to know the truth, to speak a lie. So what do they know? And who continually deceive, because they know the truth, and seduce, right? See, lure you in. Man, this look right. It gotta be. Look at how things are going, and look how this gotta be, and seduce you to into these things, to these beliefs of these things. But we know the angels are watching, right? And even in the entire, right, habitation, the habitat worlds, like the entire habitat world, right? See, they didn't deceive the whole and seduce the entire world, man. See, and you got to think of when the CV-19 came out. Who had that? The where did that video come out of the CV-19 where people were just collapsing all over the ground, like they were just dropping dead at like instantaneously, right? That video came out of that place Wuhan, right? And that Wuhan is in China, right, so to speak, right? So we can't trust everything that these devils put, but in retrospect, understanding, hey, that looks pretty pretty close to what's gonna happen, man. Cause you can see the little orbs coming down, the little smaller chariots from a bigger chariot, and we know that that's in the scriptures, man. And the scriptures don't lie, man. So, but there's coming a time where they know that they're gonna have to fight, right? These angels, right? And it's gonna tell you that it's right here. And he was thrown down to the earth, and his angels, right, going to their military, their the air force, their space force, the military, just in general, it's gonna get thrown down, right? Because the angels, like I said, the angels part is talking about their air force, their space force, their air force, their angels, ones that can fly, right? Were thrown down with him, right? Dealing with their whole entire system, the whole Edomite system is going down, right? So yeah, I'm gonna come right here. I'm still in the blue letter. I'm gonna go ahead and see what that word mean in the Greek, right? What was it? Diablos, right?
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Yeah, see, Diablos, right? Prone, prone, proning, need to slander, right? Yeah, so slander, right? And accusing falsely. See, so sometimes when you're doing things, and that's could be accusing the angels falsely, saying that the angels were over there. If it's not a real video, you know what I mean. But not to say that that type of thing ain't gonna happen, because it absolutely is, right?
Prone.
Oh yeah, prone to, like, I draw blanks sometimes. prone to slanderous, and was accusing falsely. See, he's a false accuser, right? And so a lot of these reports, right, dealing with their news, really going all the way back, right? How did the Rothschilds get their millions? It was all by fake news, saying Napoleon won the war when Napoleon did not win the war. Had their agents go up and buy all the stock, and then when everybody found out that saying Napoleon won when he lost, right? Did I say that? Yeah. Saying Napoleon won, but he lost. They bought up all the stocks. So when everybody found out Napoleon lost and did not win, right? That was the fake news. The fake news was that he won, but he didn't, and it made the Rothschilds rich, right? And that was through fake news or accusing falsely, right? Yeah, so this is Luke 21, right? Because the chariots, the Lord is coming in chariots. The scriptures say so. So this is a super great scriptures, Luke 21. I'm gonna do an amplified. Uh, then they will see the Son of Man, right? Which is another way of saying Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Or JC, should I say? Because I don't even really want to say that name. JC, right? Foolishly, right? His real name is Yahushai. The letter J is only 400 to 500 years old, right? Name created by a man named Giorgio Trissino, right? Which is an Edomite, right? So they filled with those lies. So that's what I'm saying. We're never supposed to trust them, right? But there are the chariots of the Most High Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, right? Coming in a cloud, right? And the clouds are what? The chariots, right? Transcended, transcended, right? Transcendent, above, no, beyond, so like, yeah, or above the range of normal or merely physical human experience. So this is beyond your regular physical human experience. That's how the Lord is coming back, right? Surpassing the ordinary, expectational, expectations, no, yeah, expectational, the conductor was described as a transcendent genius, right? And I believe, let's see what that conductor, put it there. Just delete that. Put conductor there. Replace it with conductor. Conductor. Conductor, a person who directs the performance of an orchestra or choir, right? Which this is a song, right? The Lord, this, what we're doing is a song. So this basically the conductor, right, is controlling this song, right? Oh, this is what I was looking for. A person in charge of a train. See, that's what I was looking for more. But yeah, but this is a song too. I'm looking for somebody who's in charge, right?
Conveyance.
Conveyance, action or precise of transporting someone or something from one place to another. Hey, well, then the Lord said that He's coming to gather all the 12 tribes from wherever they were scattered, right? Right. So this is a
Transcendent.
transcendent, right? And it says of God experiencing part. Wait, of God existing part from and not subject to. Let's say it again. Existing part from, this is God of God, which is Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai is coming in the name of the Father. So He's coming to judge. He's been given that the power, the authority to bring judgment upon the earth, right? And it says existing part from God and not subject to the limitations. See, and where was He at? On the right hand of the Father. But He's going to be apart from the Father, but He's not going to be subject to limitations of the mineral universe, right? So the material, or the material universe, like a material universe. So all the materials in this world are going to be subject unto Yahweh Shai, man. So there's going to be nothing that He can't do or make possible, right? Right? He's
Superior.
Going to be far superior, right?
Supreme.
He's going to be far supreme. Here it is right here. Ultimately.
Supernatural.
He is supernatural, right? Right. It says some force beyond significant understanding or the laws of nature. Be beyond supernatural, beyond being supernatural being. That's Yahweh Shai, man. That's how He's coming as a supernatural being
Transcendent.
being a transcendent superpower, supreme, beyond, surpassing all understanding. It's going to be glorious, right? So transcendent, overwhelming. See, it's going to be super, supreme, beyond all understanding, beyond all normality, everything, beyond the materials, beyond anything that you could think of, right? Overwhelming power, right? That's how Yahweh Shai is coming, subduing the nations, right? The Lord's going to come destroy all these nations, man. That's why He's bringing them down to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat right now, and with great glory. Right? Here's the point right here. Now, when these things being begin to occur, right? So we've seen the chariots, you've seen the videos, whether real or not. We can see that Esau has a reason to to push a narrative to certain people and get them aware of what they know is going to happen anyway, right? So they may use these little Edomite channels, and they're pushing out this thing that the apostles have been saying long before now, right? But they're getting all this attention now. Why? Because they can control. Also, they control the algorithm, right? So they can get 100, 200, 300,000 views or whatever it may be, right? You know. So, and then whether real or fake, this thing is being pushed out. But we have to have the clear mind of Yahweh Bashem Awashai, man, right? And being these things beginning to occur, stand tall, right? And stand tall and lift your heads in joy, because suffering ends as your redemption is drawing near. So pretty soon there won't be any suffering, but we got to go through a little bit more suffering, right? But the more that birth pains happen, we're getting closer to where there won't be any suffering, right? Wow. So yeah, this is Revelation chapter 1. I'm still gonna go into this amplified because this amplified is I'm liking this amplified right about now. Behold, which means feature your eyes, look, pay attention. He is coming, right? With clouds, and the clouds are the chariots, the UFO, the UAPs, what they're talking about, right? As you've seen that in a like manner, kind of similar to what they showed in Independence Day, that one great big huge chariot that's hovering over the city and other little small chariots coming out of it, right? Which, I mean, Esau did it in this movie before, because even when you look at the movie, when you look at the video, when you look at the buildings, you know how when it's nighttime, the buildings have certain lights. If you look at that thing, a lot of those buildings didn't have lights like how you would see buildings have lights. It was more like almost like a drawing, like an old Batman drawing or something. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, man, you got to be careful of what it is. But hey, real or fake, regardless, we know, hey, according to scriptures, we believe this right here, that he cometh with that. Behold, feature eyes, look, pay attention. He is coming with clouds, right? With the innumerable multitude of angels, right? Right. It says, and every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, which proves of reincarnation or regeneration, right? Because it's not a 2,000-year-old man walking around waiting to see the Lord again. Oh, there's the guy that I pierced. No. You know what I mean? That's not happening, right? Or he's in hell and he's looking up from hell. Oh, there he is. There's that the guy. You mean? No, it proves reincarnation, because hell is just the grave, man, or hell is the condition, or hell is burning trash, right? There's 3 definitions to hell, right? And one burning forever in eternity. I mean, the scriptures. See, that's a false narrative, and that's really like blaspheming the Holy Spirit, of the Lord, because the Lord is he's really attached to his so to speak. He's really attached to the mercy that he has, right? Right? His mercy endures forever. And that's not mercy, right? because when you think of these nations, the Lord said that we're His wife, right? And these nations put their hands on His wife, basically, and all the nations except for Esau, right, will serve their 1,000 years of slavery and get their land back. That is mercy. The Lord, did you know that the Lord, one of His great attributes of who He is mercy. So to say that there's a such thing as freaking hell and you're gonna burn it forever, that there is no mercy in that, not even a little bit. But to say, hey, you're gonna serve 1,000 years of slavery to my people because they served under you, right? You afflicted them. You ruled your empires. You ruled as the Babylonians. You ruled at the Medo-Persian Empire, right? You had your shots. You ruled as the Greeks, the Romans, the second leg of Rome. You had the so-called Chinese empires, right? The dynasty, so-called Chinese dynasties and things. You had your chance to rule, but now we're gonna rule under His Son. And you're going to rule in righteousness. You're going to have your 1,000 years of slavery. And then you're going to go back to your land and you're going to pay tribute to us. And you're going to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. That's mercy, man. To burn in hell forever, that's absolutely stupid. And I know I went off on that. Well, let me get back to this, because it's just that stuff that makes you upset, right? Because the Lord is very, it grieves the Most High, so it grieves me, man, when people say something like that, man. There's no freaking such thing as hell, man. That's crazy, man. Right? But let me get to this, because this is going to be hell, right? Because the Lord is coming with that power, man. Far beyond that you could ever hope or think or imagine, right? What it says, transcendence, right? It's going to transcend everything, man. Everything, man. True superiority, man. You're gonna know what because that's Esau saying that they're the supreme. No, you're gonna see what the supreme race is gonna look like, man. That's your Howard Shy, man, coming in that anger, man. What they call a so-called black man, right? With woolly hair and dark skin, right? As bright as if it burnt in a furnace, right? And every eye shall see him, even those who pierced him. And all the tribes, right, which let you know that you just ain't somebody that's just called by some land. This is the land mass that I'm on, because I'm in Spain now. I'm a Spaniard because I was born in Spain, right? Or because I'm born in China now. I'm a Chinese because I'm born in China, right? Giving you these false narratives of these things, right? So it says so because everybody comes from certain tribes, right? And you're the tribe of Esau, man. You're the tribe of Esau, Edom, right? 'Cause that's your descendant from Esau, and have going all the way down to your descendants, which are the Edomites, to this very day, right? And all you come from Moab, Ammon, right? Elam, Ishmael, Ham. So all you come from somebody, some type of from a tribe, biblically, reality, right? And it's just what it is, man. Of the earth will mourn. See, you're gonna be crying, man. Will mourn over him, realizing their sin, right? Coming against the Israelites, come against the Most High, right? Creating your own images and things of your own self, worshiping other gods and deities and the stars and the moon and the this and that, thinking your weapons are gonna save you, right? Those are your sins. Realizing their sins and guilt, and anticipating the coming wrath, so it is to be, man. And amen, man, which means so be it, which means let it be so, right? That's what's coming to you people, man. Point blank, period, man. Right? Through the chariots that the Most High gonna send his son. Yeah, so this is Zechariah chapter 6, verse 1, right? Which is dealing with the 4 chariots, right? Which that's what we're telling you that these are chariots being vehicles, right, of the Lord, right? The UFOs, the UAPs are the chariots of the Most High, right? The vehicles. Now, again, I looked up and 4 chariots were coming out from between 2 mountains, right? And then in the KJV it says, and I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, from me feast your eyes, look, pay attention, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass, right? And this one says came out between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of firm, immovable brass, divine judgment, right? And that's ultimately what this is going to be setting up, divine judgment with the one great big chariot, or this one says 2 flying mountains, 2 big chariots bigger than the city, or as big as the city, right? Super big, hovering over the city with little orbs, little other chariots. See, this one's talking about 4 of them coming out, right? Which these is representing the 4 chariots that's holding back the nuclear winds, right? But you kind of get the gist of other chariots coming out of these bigger chariots, right? These other, bigger chariots with the, like I said, what they call UFOs or UAPs, right? So you get the understanding of that right there, right? Right, but it's going to be great judgment. It says the first chariot had red horses, war, bloodshed, right? And that's ultimately what's going to come on this earth, man. Judgment, man. Right? Which is war and bloodshed. The second chariot had black horses, which is famine and death, and that's ultimately what's going to be upon this earth, man. Famine and death, man. That's coming real soon, right? Straight up judgment, right? And these are all things coming to the point of to the time of the coming, the second coming of our Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, real name Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai, Yahweh doth, right? Or Ba'af Dawadah, Yahweh, right? Right? Because he's from the house of David, but he's from the tribe of Judah, or Yahweh, right? That's how you say Judah. So that will be his last name, Yahweh. Or you, like I said, you might call him Ba'af Dawadah, you know what I mean? Which that's what they did, son of David, right? Dawadah, right? Dawadah, Bun Dawadah, right? Right, son of David, right? But yeah. And it says the third chariot had white horses, which is victory, right? Which is ultimately what we're going to get. We're going to get victory over the beast, man. Victory over the system. Victory over the charagma. Victory over famine. Victory over the beast of the field, right? Because the Lord's going to make them at peace with us. It's going to be different. Things are going to be totally different. We're going to be at peace with our bodies. We're going to start being able to have the spiritual power, being able to heal our brothers and sisters, ourselves be healed. It's going to be a totally different thing, man. When it's beyond the superiority, going to be beyond all physical human experience, like I said, right? And the fourth chariot had strong dappled horses, right? Which I looked up that word dapple, and that kind of reminds me of Gad, right?
Dappled.
It's a dappled, made with spots, right? Round pictures. The horses were dappled flank, right? So when I seen that, it kind of remind me of Gad. You know, when Gad, a lot of times they went to war, and they would paint these circles on the horses, right? Which I believe it reminded, because you know they did see the chariots, right? And it probably reminded them of the chariots, the lights from the chariots. So that's kind of like, you know, like it's all these different lights that's dotted, you know, that's dappled, spotted little circles. You know what I mean? Like almost, I guess, what people call polka dots, but Gad used to do that, dappled, right? Which represent like a war. So this would basically be a dappled horse, where it has like the little spotted, where it's like pretty much like it's gray, but it has a little spot. But then you know how Gad always did this type of thing to it, right there. That's reminding me of, you know, I don't know, reminding me of Gad. You know what I mean? You know, like a warrior type horse, but it's speaking about the chariots, UAPs or UFOs, whatever, you know, whatever they want to call it. We call it the chariots of the Most High, right? So, yeah, this is basically like a dappled horse right here, right? Kind of the same, similar to the one that Gad had, but you know, of course, Gad put the paint and stuff over it. Yeah, so this one right here, yeah, it says dappled gray horse, facts with pictures, right? So that's dappled gray horse, right? But Gad used to throw the little paint and throw all the little different things over the dapple horse and go to war with it, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's very spiritual, you know, that they were putting the paint on it and put the, you know, the handprint and their everything, and they're going into war, man. Right? Yeah, so I'm gonna come back right here. It says and the fourth chariot, strong dappled horses, death through judgment, and that's what the Lord is doing, man. It's ultimately death through judgment is gonna have to come to the world, man. Right? You don't get it any other way, right? Then I spake to the angel who was speaking with me. What are these, my Lord? So basically, yeah, that's going to just, you know, but basically I just wanted to, you know, show you that these there's other smaller little, like you've seen the little orbs coming out from the bigger chariot, right? And that does happen, right? I'm just saying, just be careful that this is not one of those, you know, fake things, you know. But at the same time, we know that this is how the Lord's coming. Yeah, so this is Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 5. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, it means to look, there was gathered together a multitude of men, right, out of number from the four winds of the earth, right? So this from every military, right? The four winds of the earth, right? All four quarters of the earth, right, are now inhabited. Now we're at the time that the world can be judged. and you all have your militaries. You're all gonna meet Yahweh Shai to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, right? The valley of judgment, or the mountain of troops, depending on who you talk to, right? I believe it's supposed to be the mountain of troops, but valley of judgment, mountain of troops, Yahweh Shaphat, right? And then so it says yeah, they all came out of the four winds of heaven, right? Meaning earth, right? All the, because earth is their heaven, their rulership, to subdue the man that came out of the sea, which is talking about Yahweh Shai coming out of coming out of the Shemaims, out of the heavens, out of the waters from the heavens, right? The sea, which is talking about the heavens, right? But it says, but I beheld, right, which means to look. Feast your eyes, look, pay attention. I beheld, and lo means to look, right? Feast your eyes, look, pay attention. Lo, he had given himself a great mountain and flew upon it. So that's the same thing when you go back to Zechariah chapter 6. It said there were two flying mountains, which in that time, what the Lord said that he's going to bring Michael, the archangel, is going to come with him. So Yahweh Shai is going to be in a big fathership, big, and Michael's going to be in a big fathership too, right? Huge ships, right? It's two flying mountains, right? And then there's other little small chariots, like how you were seeing in the video, the little orbs were shooting out from it, right? And it says, yeah, and behold, and lo, he given himself a great mountain and flew upon it, right? So, and if you look at mountains don't fly. So what was Zechariah talking about? What is he talking about right here in Second Ezra? Talking about a UFO, UAP, right? Which ultimately is the chariots of the Most High, right? Through his son. His son is going to come through and declare that judgment, right? The victory for Yahweh and himself and his people. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was driven, and I could not. So like, dang, where did this mountain come from? Okay, I seen that mountain over there. Seen this mountain right there. That's like the same mountain I've been seeing every day. I'm trying to see if there's something missing. But I'm looking around. All the mountains that was there is still there. So how is this mountain flying? Right? So this is how he's describing it. If you look at how that in that video they were showing that thing when it lightning, it almost kind of looked like a mountain if you look at it how it looked. But like I said, take it with a you don't know if it's real or fake, but hey, we know this is how the Lord is coming, right? On a flying mountain, right? According to the scriptures, man. And we believe that. We lean our trust on that. But would have, but could not. And after this, I beheld, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention, and lo, they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. Hey, see, and it said once they see the Lord, every eye shall see him, and all the tribes and the kindreds shall mourn because they see him. Right? They're gonna mourn at the sight of Yahweh Shai, right? Because they're gonna know what judgment is coming. It's that time of judgment, right? So they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be so afraid, and yet there's fight. So the Lord's gonna put the spirit on them to go ahead and fight anyway, right? You didn't went this far. We didn't get all dressed up and not and not do nothing, right? And lo, which means to look, as he saw the violence of the multitude, right? Which because World War III is already going to be commencing. It's already going to be happening before Yahweh Shai get here. So all while they're fighting, World War III is happening. They're all trying to basically say that they're going to be the next superpower. They're going to be the next ruling empire. The Lord has, like like a dance. You ever see a dance, and the guy's up there dancing with the chick, and another guy comes over and taps him on the shoulder and be like, and the dude looks at him like, damn, all right, and he moves, and then he takes over dancing with the chick. That's kind of like what the Lord is. Hey, look, he's gonna interrupt your groove, man. You thinking, yeah, I'm dancing with the chick. I'm gonna take her home later tonight, and whoop whoop, and then how should I come and just tap? Nah, not happening. That's mine. My rulership. My wife, right, which dealing with the elect, is gonna come and rule this world, man. Right? We're gonna put an end to the world as you know it, right? With all this debauchery and corruption and pollution and greed, right? Bloodshed for no reason, right? We'll put an end to all that and come in with righteousness, right? So it says, yeah, what and lo, he saw the violence of the multitude, right? Because World War III is already going to be happening. That came, he neither lifted up hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a burst of fire, right? Which is them laser beam concentrated fire from the chariots, right? Which they depict that pretty good on the Independence Day, because how that chariot was over the building or the White House, and the thing opened up, and it says open up his mouth, right? Open up his mouth, and it had been a blast of what? Of fire, and out of the lips a fiery breath. See? And that's exactly what happened on the Independence Day. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest, right? And there was that concentrated laser beam fire that you've seen come out in the Independence Day, right? And then not only did it do that, it was almost like a nuclear wind when it happened. Because it came down, shot the building down, and then it was like a nuclear thing, and it was actually blowing up other buildings that were round about it. It was almost like a nuclear blast in itself, coming from the chariots, right? You know what I mean? Casting out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. The blast of fire and flaming breath and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, right? That all these armies, Russia, China, was it India, South Korea, or no, North Korea, uh, whatever, Pakistan, whatever countries is out there, American, uh, the Israeli army, whatever, all the militaries of the world are going to be out there, right, for this great judgment, right? And the Lord's going to just shoot this fire and look at all and just burn them all up at one time. It's going to be almost, like I said, it's going to be like a sweeping fire, almost like a nuclear blast within itself. It's going to sweep through. And they show you that in that Independence Day. I was just seeing that the other day, and that kind of brought me back to memory of that. Like, wow, I didn't look at it like it was, that mug was huge. It was like, man, like a nuclear explosion in itself. That's why the Lord said, what if it's already, dang. So then the Lord's going to come and shoot that? that comes out of the mouth and open up the mouth and the lips, shoot out that flame, that fire, that tempest. Man, make a nuclear wind, make a like a beast of destruction in itself, right out of the chariots, man. Right? And it says, if the violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so upon a sudden, the innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Man, it's going to be a fear. And that's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. He's giving his son the power that he's going to be far transcending, right? Transcendent, right? However we said that word, but it was saying far beyond any human experience, far so supreme, right? He's like a god. He's a supernatural being beyond. You know what I'm saying? Hey, right. So this is Daniel chapter 7, verse 10. A flaming stream issued and came forth from before him, right? Destroying. Hey, this is how the Most High get down, man. Shooting them laser beams, right? But he got the angels with him. So, and thousands. It said thousands, plural, ministered, right? Which are angels, there's a scripture that says the angels are to appease him, right? To please him or appease him that created him. So it's their job to make sure that they please the Most High through his son, right? And that's part of what ministering, right? Right. Unto him, right? So you're gonna make sure they take care of Yahweh every needs, right? And 10,000, see, this is the angels, times 10,000 stood before him. So they're gonna be right on the right side of Yahweh, the left side of Yahweh. This is gonna be just a innumerable multitude of angels. So they're coming this way, man. So yeah, you see the big chariots, 2 flying mountains, right? Ezra's talked about the flying mountain, right? So Zechariah talked about 2 flying mountains, right? Ezra's talked about the one flying mountain, which is Yahweh Shai. So the second one has to be Michael, right? Because that's the only thing I could think of. You know what I mean? You're looking at the vision. The one would have to have Yahweh Shai in it, and other one would have to have Michael in it. I'm just speculating. I'm just speaking as a man. I'm not saying that absolutely had to be it, but that's just my as a man, right? And it says, 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set. See, I'm coming to judge you, man. And the books were open. I beheld then because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, right? Now all the power is given to Yahweh Shai, right? So now that's that great, and then cast down your horn, right? Your rulership, your ability to put things into outer space, your what is that thing? What are those things called? Oh, your satellites and all your other things, your what is it called? Your Star Wars program, putting an end to all that, your Space Force, your military, your bomb, your nuclear missiles, you're going to shoot them all off on each other. Hey, and It's nothing going to be left but dust and smell of smoke for you. But we're gonna clear back, let everything that needs to burn, and then we're gonna come down to earth and rule it, man. Because the earth abides forever, man. Right? Heaven is gonna be on earth. Heaven is just gonna, hey, this heaven is just gonna get a makeover. That's all it's gonna get. Quick little makeover, get cleansed. Fire is a cleansing agent. It's gonna cleanse all this pollution of Esau and get rid of Esau right after his 1,000 years of slavery. Right? And that's why I said the mercy of the Most High. After the 1,000 years of slavery, these other nations get to go back into their own land. That's mercy. That's true mercy. Not to burn forever, man. That's madness. Right? It says, great word, which the horde spake and beheld, even till the beast was slain, right? Which is, right, Babylon the Great, that's you. NATO, EU, America, Russia, China, all of you systematic, you things that ruled at one point in time. The Lord's coming here to destroy you all, but the main focus is Babylon the Great, which is America, right? Right? We're going to tear down that whole structure, right? Right? Even until the beast was slain, right? Just talking about America, Babylon the Great, right along with NATO, right? And his body destroyed, right? The whole structure, the whole Edomite structure is going to be destroyed and given to the burning flame, right? See, and that's ultimately what it is. It's all about. Nothing but dust and smell of smoke. Hey, it's to be perceived, man. That's it. Your judgment and Yahweh Shai, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna watch it burn and then come down and then pull you out of your bunkers, slap the chains on you, and you're gonna start building our kingdom. So with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. To the elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, the priests, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching the truth of sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and a Baba Ball.